Welcome to Genius Dreams Education channel. So today we are going to continue our design in Photoshop as a beginner. And today we are going to look at how we can design a beautiful church flyer again with the title The Second Coming of Jesus Christ as an evangelism. So please before you start, please subscribe to my channel to get weekly videos in Photoshop and website development. So now let's go to Photoshop and start our design. As usual, the first thing we do is to create our working space using Control N. I'm going to set the size, use a size of 4 by 4, resolution of 300, then click on create to get the working space. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to define the background image, and these are the files I'm going to use for the design, and I'll upload them in the description section so that you can download and use it for your class. So the first thing is I'm going to import this image. So I'll hold on and drag. You hold on the left key and you drag and drop it, or you can use the place embedded parts in Photoshop to upload the image. Next thing is I'm going for my other image. Get to this image and I'll drag and drop it as I did for the first image. So I'm going to extend it or transform it out over the page. So the next thing is I'm going to set the blending option of this image to, let me check, soft light overlay. So soft light is okay. I'm going to set the blending option to soft light, and let me try decrease the opacity more. So I'm going to keep the opacity around 40%. 42 is okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is, so the next thing is to also import my other images as usual. So the next image I'm going to use is this image. So I'll click on drag and drop to the place, and I'm going to blend this image with the background. I'm going to use this blending option, that is the divide blending for this image. And let me decrease, okay, let me keep it like this. I wanted to decrease the opacity, but this one is okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import the other images too as well. So let me group this. You hold on Control, then you select and you click on D to put this as the background image. So I'm going to call this as background. I didn't add this layer to it because I'll use it for something as in the course of the design. So the next thing is I'll then import in my other images too. So this is the logo that I'm going to use. I didn't group it together with the background because I'll use it, or I'll add another design for it. So I'm going to rasterize this layer and then remove the background. So you go to Windows, then Properties to remove the background. So Then you come here, you click on remove background. So now we are waiting for the background to be removed. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get weekly videos on Photoshop and website. Also into an affiliate marketing. If you want to start affiliate marketing, to provide my link, WhatsApp link in the description button. That to message me to proceed from. So now you are waiting for the background to be removed. The background has been removed. I'll click on Control to take transform this image inside, and then I'm going to position it here. Today I didn't use mouse. The cursor is behaving somehow. That's why it is somehow delayed. So the next thing is I'm going to import my logos or icon that we call icon. So I'll import it here, transform it inside, then I'm going to position it here. So the next thing is I'll right click and then flip it horizontal to get this out of it. Then transform it inside to months. Okay. Then it position it here. So I'll then go in for my other one. So I'm going to import all the images. So now I'm still importing the images, and I'll come for the location image or the location icon. So I'm going to position it somewhere here. So I'll transform it inside. The next one is I'm going for time icon. So then I come here and go to logo, logo, and then I'm going to choose my time icon from this logo. So I'm going to use this as the time icon to show the time for the service or the time the service will take place. I'll transform it inside as usual. So the next image, I'm going to import it. Then let me import the Bible too. So I'm going to rasterize this layer and then remove the background as usual. But before that, let me group all the icons. So Facebook, you hold on control and you select all of them and you group them. So what is this control C? So after selecting all, you click on G to group them, and I'm going to name it icons. Press enter. So now let me go to the Bible, rasterize it, then you come to input and remove the background. So you click on remove background. So now we are waiting for the background to be removed. Please do well to subscribe for me. Give your comments, like Now the background has been, the next thing is I'm going to from side. So click on Control T, then click on increase the size more. Work on it later. So the next thing I'm going to do is to leave out my text. So I'll go in for the text name, then click on here and write the chapel's name or the church name as Genius Chapel. So I'm going to set the font family for this. Okay, let me count the text. After that, we check on how to style the text. So Genius Chapel presents. Then the next one is that the title of the evangelism, which is the second coming. That the second coming of Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's the meaning of the chapel. So the next thing is I'm going to fill the location on the time set. So this evangelism is going to take place on 9. So June 9, 9 o'clock a.m. And the location is at Fiapinas Chapel. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to give my time. That's contact number 0594251418, and I'll provide my WhatsApp to as 0508585668. The next thing is I'm going to position the WhatsApp to this side. So I'll go to the icon section and select the WhatsApp icon. So Control T, down the WhatsApp icon. Then I'll click on the move to move the WhatsApp icon to this side. So I'm going to position this contact. So I'll go and select that contact and then move it to align it with the WhatsApp icon. So the next thing is I'll select the icon together, adjust it or align it or shift it to the right left side small. So the next thing is I'll then add the my Facebook name. So going for the first two as usual, and then add the Facebook name as at Ben Chapel as the Facebook name. So I'll then select it and then position it somewhere. the next thing is I'm going to put the Facebook name, the contacts, and all of them as info. So you hold on control and select those layers. After selecting them, you click to group them. So I'm going to call them as info. So I'll provide a general styling for them. So the next thing is left and inside. So let me add this one to the info aspect. So go to ungroup layers. You still hold on control and then select this one. My lap is running slow, so sorry for that. Then then paste as info press enter. So the next thing is for me to provide a general effect on this flyer. So I'm going to select the genius, the charcoal name, and select the text to. So I'm going to choose a font name, font family for the church. I'm going to use the Rockwell extra bold for the name of the chapel and increase the font size to 40. After that, I'm going to increase the space in between it to 200. So this one is okay, but let me increase the size to 60. So I'll then go to select the move to and position it here. So now this one is okay. So the next thing is to select the genius represent layer. So let me change the text color to 5. Press enter. So the next thing is to select the genius represent layer. So for the present layer, I'm going to click on Control A and position it to the center or the middle part of the flyer. So I'm going to also set the color of the present layer to white as usual. So I'm going to set the color to white. Press on OK. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to draw a small rectangle here. Okay, so this one is okay. And this rectangle, I'm going to set the filling color to red. And then I'll press on enter. Press on Ctrl T and then click on this icon here and come to custom and click on the fish shape. So I'm going to adjust the node here to get this shape out of it and I'll press on enter. So I'll still click on Ctrl T and click on this icon again and come to the custom and then the fish again and adjust this node here to get this shape out of it. So after that, I press on enter. So this is what I will get at the end of it. So the next thing is click on the move tool and I'm going to position it here. So I'll then check the blending option to see if we can get Let me leave it at the normal blending option. Normal. So the next thing is I'll hold on the Alt key and drag to make a copy. So the next thing is I'll hold the Alt key and then drag to make a copy. So then let me position this one to this side. Okay, so I think now this one is okay for the name of the chapel. So the next thing is to come into the test, this test. So I'm going to group that test. So I'll click on, I'll hold Control and then select those layers. So after selecting them, I'll click on G to group them as, let me make it as the second for each identification. So I'll go inside that group and select the areas. So the first one I'm going to select is the second, and I'll then select the text and choose a font family for it. So I'm going to use the Broadway font family. So that's the Broadway font family, and I'm going to increase the font size to somewhere about 24 and increase the space in between somewhere about 100%. Okay, so after this one, I'm going to increase the height to somewhere about, okay, let me forget about the height and then increase the size either to 30 and then position it where, let me bring it down small. So the next one is I'll select the coming to, the coming off, and do same for that. Change the font family to Broadway and set the font size to 30. Then position it. So the next one is to select the Jesus Christ, yeah, and do same for it. Font family to Broadway and font size to 30. So the next thing is I'll then position it here. Okay, so I'm going to increase the height of this one to 150%. Press enter and then increase the height of the second two. So let me bring the coming down small to somewhere here and select the second two and increase the height of the second two to 150% and position or bring the second two down. So now I think this one is okay. So I'll then close this group and go in for the image. going to change the color of that. I'm going to use this image. So I'll drag and drop it to cover this place and then click on that layer. So after clicking on it, I'm going to click on create clipping mask to get this color for the second time. So the next thing is I'm going to adjust to see the various blending options for that. So I'm going to use the pin light option. So after selecting this one, I'm going to add a drop shadow to that text, the second coming. So I'll select the second coming and then click on the FS icon there. So this is the drop shadow I'm going to add, and I'm going to maintain the blending mode to be multiply and the color for it to be white. If you want to change the color, just double click the various colors. After that, you click on OK. So let me check the styling part for the shadow. So when I click on the various styling part, this is what I'm going to get. Then you can see this one is as compared to the first one. So let me check this one. So I'm actually going to use this one for the drop shadow, and I'll maintain the distance to be 6, the spread to be 2, and the size to be 4. I'll then click on OK. Now let me add a texture to it. Let me change. Let me use water instead. Let me try the water effect. Okay. Now let me go and adjust the scale to see the various effects. So I'll keep it in this format and let me check the depth. The depth is too much. Let me decrease it more. Okay, so I'm going to leave it in this mode. I'll click on OK for now. So now this is how this graph looks like. So the next thing is the June 9th, and this test. I'll keep the font family as the Acme family. I'll use that to implement. But one thing is I'm going to group all these tests. So first of all, let me position them well. So the Jesus Chapel, let me select that layer and shift it to this side small. So after I'm going to select these location icons and adjust them. So for that one, I will go inside into the icon. So when I come into the icon, down this one, and then I'm going to move it down small. Make sure that it is in line with this one. So I think this one is okay. So let me do same for the clock icon, which is this one. I'll select the layer and move it down small. Okay. So let me move this one to closer to this one. Okay. So now I'm done with this part, and I'm going to keep the font family as the Acme and the font size. Acme variable and the font size at 10. That's what I'm going to do. use for all the text, the numbers and the everything. So the next thing is I'm going to draw a rectangle to cover all the icons and provide a different color for the icon. So I'll select the rectangle or the shape. So when you come to the shape tool, then you right click and choose the rectangle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle to cover all the icons. Don't forget to group all the icons. So any effect you apply will affect all. So the next thing is I'm going to set the filling color to white and then press enter. So I'll click on it and click on create clipping mask. So this is what I'm going to get for that part, for the color I'm going to get for the icons. So after this one, let me check the blending option to see, because the Facebook color is not showing. So I think the exclusion color is okay for this. So I'm going to use the exclusion blending mode for that one. So this is what I'll get as the outcome part. So you see this part too, I want to change, draw a rectangle to cover the contact part. So actually let me bring that rectangle on top of the background and draw it so that I want to keep the contact info on that rectangle. So I'm going to change the font color, the fill color. Let me change it to red and then press enter. So I'm going to select the and position it somewhere here. So this place is so the next let me open the blend option to see the various colors we can get. So I think the overlay blending for that part. So the next thing is I want to change the text color of the contact to white. So let me go and select those contacts or the info. That's what I named them as info. So I'm going to select them and change the font size to the font color to white instead of the black. So when I select that, then I'll select the text. You select the layer, you select the text, then you click this part. You type in FF to get the white color. No, not exactly the G. So let me set the blend option to exclusion. So and then charcoal. Then so when you select the layer, then you click on this, you set the color to white, you click on OK, then you do same for the contact, the numbers. So now you can see how our contacts or our info. one test is actually missing here. So that's the flier gen chapel. Okay, so it's supposed to be normal. Okay. So the next thing is I'm going to provide a color, different color tool for the juniors and the ninth and those things. So this part I want to change the color for the text. So I'm going to select those layers and group them as we did for the contact. So you hold on Control and select them. After selecting them, you click on hold on Control, then you select them. After that, you click on begin to group them. So I'm going to play at this, and after naming it, I'm going to use this image to provide a color effect for those tests. So I'm going to click on the layer and click on create clipping mask. So that is what I'm going to get. And let me check on the blending option. This colors is not all that. So let me actually use add this image to it and blend it with the first one image to see how that part will look like. So click on it and create clipping mask as we did for the first one. And then check still the same thing. Then let's add a drop shadow to that text to make it visible. So that is the date. So click on select that layer, then you click on FX and click on drop shadow. So we are going to add a drop shadow effect to it. I'm going to still maintain the blending option, the angle, the distance, and everything. So let me adjust the styling of the shape, the shadow. So let me choose the glorious. Let me check this one too to see. So I think this one has compared to the first one. So I'm going to keep this drop shadow effect. And what I'm going to do next is click on and then extend this one through the size some more to make it more visible. So this one is now. So the next thing is I'm going to keep this text and this background image as one. So let me go and select that layer. So let me first select the second and then select this image and I'm going to call it as T. So that's the main theme of the flyer. So I'll name it as T. So I'm going to click on Control T, right click, and then click on Skew. So I'm going to just distort this image a little bit or the skew it. Okay. So I think this one is okay for now. And let me decrease the opacity of this image. Okay, so I think now that image is okay for now. So we are almost done. Let me do Control P here. So I'm going to transform it out and I'm going to position it here. So I'm going to put a text on this. So let me write watch watch out. That's watch. Okay. So the second coming of Jesus Christ, so we should watch and we shouldn't maybe relax. So let me set the color for that text to red, press on OK, and I'm going to increase the height to somewhere about 210. Then let me position it here and increase the size to somewhere about 210. Okay, I'm going to do that. Browse select those three layers and click on and name it as watch watch on the Bible. So control T, and I'm going to right click and fill this image too as we did for the main. So I'm going to go OK. So after that I'll press on enter. This is the outcome of our flyer, but let's get two other important images that I have to also add them. So under the theme, I'm going to add so let me add this image here. Actually, this image. So let me rasterize it and remove the non-chromatic. Then go to Windows and click on Property to remove background. Let me close it here. background. So now we are going for the background. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get weekly Photoshop and website development. So now our background has been controlled and transform this image inside. So I'm going to transform it inside again. Guys, this is an image of an angel blowing a trumpet to tell us that the second coming of Jesus Christ is almost near. So the next thing is I'm going to blend this image. So I'm going to use the vivid light blending option and I will decrease the opacity. Okay, so this one is okay. So I'll hold on the Alt and drag to make a copy of this image. So right click and then click on Control C and come in, right click and flip it horizontal. So right click, then flip horizontal. Then let me position this one to so now we are done with the fly. Select all and provide general effect for them. So you hold on Control and you select all the layers. So select all, then you give them. I'm going to call it as all. So I can click on this icon here and provide a general effect to all the designs. So this is actually a curves, some curves that I can add. So let me, for the curve, this one is okay for now. Let me adjust this side. Okay, so then this side is so this one is cool. Then let me add some levels to it. So after that, we add the hue and saturation and maybe some little brightness. So let me, so this adjustment is okay. Then let me come here, adjust small. Then let's work on the middle layer too. Okay, okay, so this one is good. So let me add hue and saturation to it. So you see, you have to position this first into the images well because it's more shaded in this side. So the hue and saturation, I'm going to adjust the brightness to this part. So the brightness is okay for this side. Then let me work on contrast. For the contrast, I'm going to leave it here. But actually, I have to add hue and saturation to see how it will and the various colors we can get. So that's the hue part. So let's do the red part of it. So I think this one is good now. Okay, so let me see the saturation part. Okay, so the lightness too. Okay, so now this is our final flyer. So don't forget to position this image well. So let me go and do that. So go to the all and select the theme. And inside the theme, that's where we have the second. And then let me move it to this side actually. Then click on OK. So we are done with the flyer for now. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get weekly videos on Photoshop and website development. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.